Yay! What's up, Dallas Cowboy Nation? It's your boy G from Jersey with the Quest for Six podcast. Today, we are going to go over that Philadelphia Eagles offense against our Dallas Cowboys defense. Let's get right into it, folks. It is Eagles week. Man, how exciting, especially after the boys' performance against the Las Vegas Raiders this past Monday night. Convincing victory over the Raiders in Las Vegas. And now you get into the meat and potatoes of this schedule, all right? We already know what we got ahead of us, but it starts this week against the Eagles, folks. Let's get right into this Philadelphia offense. The Philly offense is led by quarterback Jalen Hurts, who has 1,995 yards on the season. Jalen Hurts has completed 180 passes for 16 touchdowns and 1 interception, okay? He's completing 67% of his passes. Now, folks, listen, we criticize Jalen Hurts a lot, right? He doesn't take the medium to deep shots in the passing game. Philly has no passing game. But when you look into his numbers, he's limiting the Philadelphia mistakes, okay? He is not taking unnecessary risk. And what I mean is that Philadelphia is 8-2, and they're coming off of 2 victories against the Packers and against the Detroit Lions that are rather, those are some heavyweight matchups, and they won both of those games. They beat the Packers 10-7, and they beat Detroit 16-9. So they relied heavily on their defense. Their defense is on a high level this year, okay? We can't go away from that. But their offense has been struggling all season long. But Jalen Hurts, with the 16 touchdowns and only 1 interception on the season, that's something that you have to commend, something that you have to look at, you have to respect, okay? In the running game, you already know how they're coming, all right? Saquon Barkley, one of the 3 premier running backs in the NFL. This year, not having the blockbuster season that we're used to from Saquon Barkley, but he does have 662 yards on 175 carries, right? With 4 touchdowns on the season. And in the receiving game, a lot of turmoil coming from their number 1 receiver, A.J. Brown, okay? Their leading receiver this year, as far as yardage, is Devontae Smith. They do have that dual threat wide receiver core that is something that you have to focus on, okay? Devontae Smith leading the receiving core with 665 yards for 3 touchdowns. A.J. Smith follows that with 457 yards for 3 touchdowns. But their leading receiving touchdowns, their leading receptions, right, is tight end Dallas Goedert. If you remember my video from week 1 against the Eagles at the link, I said, listen, Dallas has to focus on, right, Dallas Goedert. This is somebody who, if you do not focus on Dallas Goedert, Jalen Hurts will find him. Folks, 7 touchdowns. 7 touchdowns. He is their red zone threat, right? Saquon Barkley, Dallas Goedert. When they get into that red zone, that's who they like to get the ball to, okay? So let's lock in on Dallas Goedert, okay, defense? Week 1, we had a difficult time containing Jalen Hurts. Why? Our defensive line was trying to figure themselves out, and our linebacker core was not good. Big turn of events. As we saw this past week, the Dallas Cowboys defense has a new leader. Quinnen Williams set the tempo in last week's game against the Raiders. You saw Osa Digizua, you saw Kenny Clark feed off of the play, feed off of the energy, the double team, the shedding of the blocks, getting sacks, getting to the quarterback, the tackles in the backfield in the running game, okay? They held Ashton Genty to 7 yards, folks. That is quite impressive. In the second tier, Logan Wilson and DeMarvion Overshown, what a breath of fresh air, being able to play sideline to sideline, okay? In the secondary, excellent performance by Deron Bland. 10 tackles, 10 clean tackles. We saw him make a tackle on Brock Bowers. They were one-on-one. Brock Bowers made the reception, right? But Deron Bland was able to bring him down by himself. And on the other side, Shavon Ravel. What a debut. 17 plays for Shavon Ravel, okay? We saw his speed. We saw his length. His ability to cover, okay, by himself and not need help. Excellent debut for Shavon Ravel. Hopefully he continues to climb high. And Kalen Carson played every single snap last week, folks. Every snap. Kudos to you, Kalen Carson. Let's go Dallas Cowboys defense. We'll be back with the Dallas Cowboys offense against that Philadelphia defense very soon, folks. Go Cowboys.